Hi, this is Kathi Quinn with Floriani. Floriani is a division of R&K Distributing, and I want to welcome you to this month's project of the week, or this week's project of the week. And we are in full gear getting ready for the holidays. Well, something I make all my daughter-in-laws every holiday season is cup towels. So sometimes I'll use the free designs from our free monthly designs out of Floriani Total Control. Sometimes I'll create text sayings, but I just want to give you an overall view of how I do it. The first thing I do is measure the space available to stitch in. I'm going to come up here to my rectangle. I'm going to go to my rectangle shape or square. And this is artwork. I want you to know this isn't stitches, and I'm never going to make it stitches. But what I want to do here is I want to make this, I've got 7 inches wide once that's folded to hang over the bar on the stove or in a cup towel ring. And I have about 11 inches of up and down space. So now you can see exactly the area, the canvas you have to work on. Now this happens to have a 1-inch border at the bottom. So really this cup towel, when I fold it in half, like when it would be hanging, it's really about 12 inches long. But I have 11 inches of actual cup towel, and I kind of want to make sure that I put my design, I leave about 1 inch before the bottom if I were going to use it all up. Now I may not, and I may move it down, but I still want it to have a little space before it gets to that pretty trim on the bottom edge. So I've got this, and what I did here is anytime on your ruler bars, you can hold down your left mouse key and you can pull down a marker. If I wanted to pull one vertically, I can pull a marker. So you can move these lines around to help you when you're digitizing or working with something. So I'm going to make sure I've got one that tells me I don't want anything to go below this line. Now I know this is the fold. This is where it's going to fold over the stove. So I might say, you know what? I want it about 1 inch down as well. So this kind of shows me where my area is. And none of this is going to stitch out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one like I did a saying. Now the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go into my library, and I want to go into my free monthly designs, and there's a design I know is in there, but I'm not sure where. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my club, because remember, if you own Floriani software, you can join the club. I'm going to sign in, log into my club. Now, once I'm in here, I'm going to go to the free Floriani embroidery designs. Now, remember, this is Total Control owners. If you own Total Control, you have access to all of our free designs all the way back to 2009. Well, I want to see a PDF preview of all the designs. And you notice we're going back to 2009. There is a shoe that, oh, there it is. It's in May 2010. So see, you can look through here and see what the designs are. So if you needed a certain type of design for to put on something, this is the place to kind of get an overview of all the designs. It's pretty cool. I love having this up here because it gives me a good way to view my designs. But we've already decided it was May. I've already forgotten. I'm telling you, as I'm staying home, more and more brain cells are dying quickly. May 2010. So I'm going to come over here into my free designs. And I'm going to go into May. Free monthly designs. I'm going to click on May. And I'm going to go to 2010. And I'm going to go into my designs. Well, did I read it wrong? I read that. Oh, no, it's there. I take it back. It's right there. So I'm going to pull in this little shoe. Now I'm going to take this shoe and I'm going to put it up here near the top. Now this shoe is 3 inches by about almost 3 3/4. So I'm going to put that shoe there, and I'm going to keep moving it so I know that it's centered on my center line. There we go. So that's looking pretty good, and I'm going to put that in. And you know, I might make it just a tad smaller, not a whole lot, but it's taking up quite a bit of space, and I can adjust it more after I put in my text. So I'm going to stick this in, and with it in here, more or less there, I'm going to type in, and I can go into Font Play, and I can type in what I want it to say. I'm going to say, life is not a fairy tale. If you lose your shoes after midnight, you are drunk. So there we go. I'm going to do that as my little saying in here. Now, with that typed in, I can actually come in and say, look at any alphabet I want that I've got in here. Ooh, I bingoed on the first one. No, I don't like the word drunk in this. Okay, so I'll keep looking. I can look around until I find, ooh, that one's kind of good. It might be kind of big. Saying the maximum height is 1.18 and the minimum height is 1/2 inch. Okay, I'm gonna say I like this, and I'm going to import it. Now, it doesn't have all of our control points for our text, even though it is text. So I'm going to touch my T for text and click on it, and you'll see now I have all my control points. Well, I like how it's put out. I'm going to change this to about 1/2 inch, and I'm going to change the spacing between the letters to about a 1. And let's see what this looks like. All right, so there we go. And it's centered, good. And I think I'm going to go ahead and click back on my shoe. Let's get my, and I am going to, whoops, I have to let go of my text. There we go. Let me click select, the select key, select my shoe. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make it bigger again. I should have waited to move it down. Now let me tell you about this shoe. This shoe is beautiful stitched out. I mean, it is gorgeous. Let me kind of zoom in for you just so you can see. Isn't it pretty? But I'll tell you how it's the prettiest. If it's stitched out in 60 weight thread. So I might consider using Quilter Select 60 weight thread. Now it's not shiny. Or I could use Embellish Flawless thread, which is a 60 weight. Or you may have some 60 weight micro thread from when it was a Floriani, when we sold it through Floriani. But you can get that as flawless, or you can use the Quilter Select 60 weight. You could even do this in the Quilter Select 80 weight thread, and it looks so crisp and clear because of all the fine little lines. It looks better than doing it in 40 weight thread. Now, it was created for 40 weight, but it looks much nicer with a finer thread. So now I know that using my cup towel, I know that this is perfect. So all is well. So what I would do next is I would say File, and I would do Print Preview, and I would print out my template. So now I can use my template tearaway, place this onto my cup towel or my dish towel, whatever you call it. I can place this on and see how it looks. So perfect placement. I'm going to tell you, doing sayings on them is so much fun. So you can look up all kinds of fun sayings, create some cup towels to give out as gifts. They're wonderful gifts. So I hope you enjoyed this week's project of the week. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Have a great week.